terms of comedians starting out in Washington, D.C.
This brother, you know, started out in the D.C. area.
Coming to the stage from my hometown, the nation's capital.
D.C. is the mecca for stand-up comics, because if you're good in this town.
Oprah Winfrey started that weight loss mess. Huh? Remember she kept on saying if she didn't lose weight, the old man was gonna leave her?
Oh, yes.
$80 million, he ain't going no damn way.
If DC being the Mecca of comedy is a phrase coined by the great Andy Evans, then it must be so.
Volumes of solid acts that we've turned out over the years.
Black women won't get mad at you for 3 months because she'll store.
There's just a central information stream here in D.C. that's not like other cities. Black folks in D.C. is just straight up funny.
Oh my God, look. Hold on.
So many people who are big names now are from out of this area.
We had to have that inner humor, man, for the doldrums of other things that were being shot at us, because that helped you with girls too, you know.
Caucasians ran comedy. You had to be better to excel.
I said a brother with 400 million can't keep a bitch. A brother with $100 ain't got a shot.
Dave Chappelle, Martin, Wanda Sykes, we were all really young. We got in Garvin's, we got in the Comedy Cafe, and we performed.
DC being the Mecca of comedy is self-explanatory.
I was just in the men's bathroom. I don't know which one of you gentlemen used it. And I'm no doctor, but you got around 3 months left.
All the biggest stars.
I'm married to a white French woman, and I have 2 white kids. Fucked up my legacy.
Raw.
What's the deal, Pickles? Is everything kosher?
All around funny cats, man.
Right, and like you always know who gonna die first? The Virgo.
That's the good thing about us, maybe, because we live a white-collar, blue-collar life simultaneously.
We come up knowing the principles of comedy, like what really makes you funny, not just one joke.
You're here for a comedy show. You could walk up on a show that might have a couple people you heard of.
If you took all the comedians out of DC, it'd be a dent in the industry.
All these great talents in DC, you know, what's in the water here? What happens that you can create a Tommy Davidson, Dave Chappelle, Chris Paul, Huggy Lowdown?
You fuck around, don't have fun today, be in the morning, wake up in front of God, they be like, should have had fun last night, nigga.
How New York is the Mecca of basketball. You know, we feel like we're the Mecca of comedy.
A ton of like live albums will be recorded here.
If you were dark-skinned, people just start joning on you. And I use my wit as a defense mechanism to push them back.
DC comedy is amazing because it comes on so many different levels.
We just breed funny people, and I don't know if it's that it's so many of us there.
DC always had, to me, the roughest crowds. Either they gonna love you or you gotta go.
DC area has the most educated concentration of African Americans in the country.
The DC comics tend to be smart comedians. That was one of the things I always aspired to be.
I can name 10 famous comedians, legendary comedians from this area, but they all got different styles.
We have a great city in Washington. We never get credit. We get blamed for all the politicians, but we never get credit for the great talent that comes out of here.
If there's a battle, we're in the finals.
The same way people say New Orleans is the home of jazz, I say DC is the home for stand-up comics.